Hello everyone, I am BBD. You might know me from the Versus videos I do or some of the other unboxing videos I've done. And I am back at it again. I'm going to be cracking some of these Fateforged pre-release packs, and I've got in front of me right now the Jeskai pack. So let's see if I have any sort of prowess for opening awesome cards. Alright, so we have the old Jeskai Clan, which is blue, red, and white. And Jeskai is kind of known as the tricky clan, I guess you could say. They have the prowess keyword where whenever you cast spells, your creatures get bigger, and they like to have a lot of little tricky effects to combine with some of those prowess creatures. And with Fateforged, the keyword remains the same, prowess. So even when Sarkhan went, centuries back in time, I guess the Jeskai were already masters of their craft, so they didn't have to change that up at all. But let's go ahead and crack into this and see what sweet Jeskai cards we can open. And as you can tell, my prowess for opening this pack is at an all-time low. So, alright, so we got the old Jeskai way, not to be confused with the old Subway, but we have a sweet dice and a sweet pin, and a bunch of packs here to crack and see what awesome cards we have. So we have this seeded pack that's going to have a Jeskai card in it, or all Jeskai cards in it, a Khanta Tarkir pack, and 4 Fateforged packs. And I'm going to start with the old seeded pack and see what we got there. I already see that there's a Jeskai rare on top of this thing. I don't remember exactly which rare it is, but it does say the word Jeskai in the name, so I'm guessing it's Jeskai. And it is a Jeskai Infiltrator. So this is actually a really kind of complex card, actually, but pretty cool anyway. It kind of fits the flavor of Jeskai, I guess. I'm not sure what the right word is, but it definitely is everything that is Jeskai. So it's a 2/3 creature for 3, and it can't be blocked as long as you control no other creatures. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get to exile both this card and the top card of your library in a face-down pile, shuffle it, and then manifest those cards. So it's actually really cool because if you hit your opponent with this creature, you get to shuffle this and another card down together, and your opponent doesn't know which one's the Jeskai Infiltrator and which one's your new card, and maybe they'll make a wrong decision. Like maybe they'll try to kill one of your manifest creatures thinking it's the Infiltrator, and it's actually just a basic land instead. And then you get to unmorph your Infiltrator and attack them again and do the same thing over again. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with this card. It's definitely a pretty awesome card. Looks like we got a bunch of sweet Jeskai cards in here. Ward in the Eye is really powerful. Monastery Swiftspear, good in Legacy, probably good enough here too. Master of the Way, a couple of other interesting cards. What is this doing here? Rakshas's Disdain? That does not look like a... That looks like a Sultai card, so I'm gonna throw that out of here. Get that out of here. We have a Sandstep Outcast. Kind of a sweet modal card where it's either a 3/2 for 3 mana, or it's a 2/1 for 3 mana that gives you a 1/1 flyer. So either way is kind of cool, and it really depends on the board state as to which is better. And I like cards like this because they give you cool choices. Looks like a bunch of other random Jeskai cards. A War Flare, I think this card's really powerful. Really good with prowess too because it gives your creatures a huge bump in power and toughness, and you get to untap them so they can attack and block. Overall, it's kind of a cool pack minus the old Rakshas's Disdain, which brought about BBD's Disdain. Because come on, why is that? What is that doing in there? All right, let's open this Fateforged pack and see if we got some awesome Jeskai cards in here. We have Dragon Bell Monk, which is a 2/2 Vigilance Prowess for 3 mana. Might look pretty unassuming, but I actually think this is probably one of the better Jeskai commons because Prowess is extremely powerful and Vigilance is extremely powerful. So this, you can attack with it, and then if your opponent blocks with a bigger creature, you can cast some spells and make your guy bigger and kill their creature. If they don't block, you can just let them take 2 damage, and then when they attack you back, you can block and cast some spells and make your guy bigger. So a lot of cool things you can do there to really throw your opponent off. For example, Enhanced Awareness is another card where you can draw 3 cards and discard a card, but being an instant speed, it lets you do things like trigger prowess during the middle of combat, which is kind of cool. Another Sandstep Outcast, which is good. I think that card's great. I think that Fierce Invocation could be pretty cool. You get to manifest the top card of your library and then put 2 counters on it. So it's basically a 4/4 for 5 mana, which is an okay creature. But if you've manifested a creature, you get to unmorph it into something even better. So there's a lot of potential for upside there. So kind of a cool thing there. Pilgrim of the Fires, really expensive first strike trample card. This is kind of like Sexy Hexy, or a Hexplate Golem from Scars of Mirrodin block, which is to say not very impressive, so I'm going to skip past that. But we do have a light form, and this card's awesome. Probably one of the coolest cards in the set. It's a enchantment that turns into an aura that manifests a card and enchants itself to it. So, you know, pretty straightforward stuff, kind of simple, nothing too crazy about it, but, you know, it's there. And what it does is once you've manifested a card and attached light form to it, it gives the creature flying and lifelink. So it's basically a 2/2 flying lifelink creature for 3 mana, which is already really, really, really good. But then if you manifested a creature, you can turn into something even better. So really powerful card there. We have an awesome red dragon here, which is definitely going to go into our Jeskai deck. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it deals 1 damage to each creature it controls as well. So if this thing goes unblocked, it might kill a bunch of your opponent's creatures. Or, you know, let's say you attack a 2/2 into a 3/3. If they block and then Shockmaw Dragon hits them, they still are going to take a bunch of damage. So I think this card's really awesome and definitely probably going to make our deck. And here's an example of another card too, Dagatar the Adamant. This is the legendary Abzan creature. It's a 4/4 vigilance that can move counters around. And hey, this isn't a Jeskai card, but it is a white creature with vigilance, and it's a 4/4. So I'm definitely going to play it in my Jeskai deck, even though it's not a Jeskai creature. That's one of the cool things about a card like this. Even if I can't use the abilities, it's still a cool card. I'm definitely going to battle with it. So that pack was really good for Jeskai. Hopefully these other packs are also pretty sweet as well. This is a Jeskai card here for sure. Pressure point, we get to tap a creature and draw a card. Triggers our prowess, lets us keep drawing cards so we can trigger prowess again, and is really good in combat to make sure our creatures get to jump on in. Speaking of another prowess creature, we have Lotus Path Djinn, and probably not my favorite Djinn monk, but it's definitely up there, and it's a 2/3 flyer for 4 mana, which is already a pretty decent rate, but with prowess it has a chance to get insane, and so I really like this card a lot. Bathe in Dragonfire, very good removal spell. We're definitely going to be playing that in our deck. Another dragon. We're just going to open all the Jeskai dragons. That's pretty sweet. Mind Scour Dragons, another 4/4 for 6. There's a cycle of these in every color, and we've opened the red and the blue one. Maybe we can get the white one in the next pack. Whenever it deals combat damage to opponent, you get to choose a player to put 4 cards into their graveyard. I don't think that's going to help us too much because we're probably not going to play too many Delve cards. So milling ourselves might not be that great. Milling our opponent might not be that great either because it might actually help them with their Delve. But even if the ability is not great, still 4/4 flyer for 6, so we're going to play it. Friendly Fire is an interesting card where we can maybe do some cool things where we kill our opponent's creature and make them take a bunch of damage with it. Plus, it's an instant, so it triggers our prowess. And we have Rally the Ancestors, which not too excited about this because it's really not that great in limited. It's kind of a weird build around me card like some old cards like Seance are. I've never really gotten into those that much, and it's not an exciting limited card, so kind of meh, but we got a dragon, so can't complain about that. Maybe we'll get an awesome one in this one. A flyer. Flyers are always good. Jeskai Rune Mark, which can turn a creature into a flyer. That's always good. Can't complain with that. Another Bathe in Dragonfire, which is a great removal spell, so you know, things are looking pretty awesome for us. And hey, we got another dragon. Not one of the cycle dragons, though. It's actually a common dragon that has flying, trample, and haste, and the ability that at the end of your turn, shuffle it into your deck. So this is basically a lightning axe that keeps on giving because it gets back into your deck so you can draw it again. So pretty cool card, and it's probably going to go in our Jeskai deck because Jeskai is usually pretty aggressive and uses tempo a lot. Wild Slash is a great removal spell. Shock is always playable, and it can cause you to not be able. Your opponent can't prevent damage if you have Ferocious, so pretty sweet one there. Sage's Reverie is a really interesting card, and it's one that we might actually play. It enchants a creature, and when it comes into play, you draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to a creature, and then it gives the creature +1/+1 for each aura you control that's attached to a creature. So a lot of text, but basically when we cast Sage's Reverie, we get to draw a card for each aura, so it counts itself, and it gives a creature +1/+1 for each aura. Well, I remember opening a light form in one of the earlier packs, and that's definitely an aura, so this could be a pretty awesome card to go along with that. And hey, we opened an awesome, sweet, hasty rare. It is Flamewake Phoenix. It's a 2/2. It's like Chandra's Phoenix, actually. 2/2 flying haste, attacks every single turn if able. And if you have Ferocious, you can bring it back from your graveyard at the beginning of your combat step. So it's kind of the gift that keeps giving. Really sweet card. and really goes well with Jeskai. Even though it's a teamer card, it goes really well with Jeskai because they're all about flying, hasty creatures. And it goes well with all the dragons that we've opened so far. So it's not actually a dragon, but it's still kind of a dragon, and yeah, pretty cool. Now, here we have opened Cunning Strike. Deals 2 damage to a creature, 2 damage to a player, and you draw a card. So it's a lot like Winter Flame from Kantatark here, which is a really good card for Jeskai decks. Costs 2 more mana, but you get to draw a card, and I have a feeling it's still going to be really great. Aven Surveyor, another awesome modal card where you can either make a 3/3 flyer or a 2/2 flyer that bounce a creature. Definitely going to be cool in our deck. Let's see if there's anything else sweet in this pack. We have a Shamanic Revelations are rare, but I don't really care too much about it. It's not really the Jeskai way. But we do have a Mastery of the Unseen as a foil rare, so we got a little spicy extra in this one. And whenever you turn a permanent face up, you get to gain a life for each creature you control, and it lets us manifest the top card of our library for 4 mana. So we can manifest a bunch of cards and then maybe turn them up and gain some life. I'm not sure if this is the kind of deck where we want to play this card because Jeskai is usually pretty aggressive, but it's definitely an interesting option. It can be really good in long grindy games. And then lastly, we have this Cons pack, which no one really cares too much about Cons, but maybe we get some sweet stuff out of it. Bloodfire Expert's a good old prowess creature. Valley Dasher. Hey, it's that Winter Flame that I talked about. Horde Ambusher. Really awesome creature for Jeskai. It's can unmorph to make your opponent not block and stuff. Ward in the Eye, another really awesome Jeskai card. And our rare is Teamer Ascendancy, which not too exciting, but we do have a foil Jeskai student, which has prowess, and this guy's actually really good, surprisingly so. So we actually got like 5 or 6 awesome Jeskai cards from our Kantatark here pack. So really, I'm pretty excited with this. We got to open a bunch of dragons, a bunch of awesome prowess creatures, and some sweet spells to go with them. Well, that's everything for the Jeskai pre-release pack. It was about as Jeskai-y as I expected. It had some dragons, some prowess creatures, and some spells. And that's about all I can ask for. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to watch some of the other videos I've done. Do one for all 5 of the pre-release packs. If you played Jeskai at your pre-release, let us know in the comments if you have any cool stories from that. Maybe some sweet prowess triggers, or you opened like a Monastery Mentor or something cool like that. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe below and check out some of the other videos that I've done. I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully you watch again.